Right, welcome to another vlog. Welcome to Martinsell Hill. We've gone up from where we left you last week. Like I said, round the corner to shoot some telephoto images of this mist. It's absolutely stunning up here. I'm still with Stephen, and yeah, it's just finding that shot. Obviously, the mist the conditions are ever changing. You see something, if you don't react there and then, you'll miss it. Or it will move. So it's about being proactive. It's about maybe ditching the tripod and going handheld using a slightly faster shutter speed, which we will get away with this light. It's very bright, so that mist is not going to hang around long. So I'm going to crack out the 70-200 and let's get going. Now, as you can see from behind me, it is a bit like pea soup, but that is where being handheld, having that freedom of not being on a tripod, and which means you can sort of follow the mist in and out. It looks like the mist is sort of clearing more around to the right, so once again you end up chasing it. Now, what do you do in a situation like this? And the answer is take your time, relax, because what you see 2 minutes ago that is no longer there will come back. You just have to be patient. Don't get frustrated when you're trying to shoot mist, because it's very easy. The sun is so bright, it's very easy to get frustrated. I'm just going to walk around with handheld, try and pick out a few compositions. If I can see anything, then I'll bust the tripod out and just wait for that light to fleet in and out, and then I can pick my moments. That is the key, is picking your moments and being responsive at that particular time. You have to be ready. So if I have a few compositions that I know of, if I see certain mist or whatever in them areas, then I know where I want to go. So I'm eliminating stress, I'm eliminating rushing about so much. But that is easier said than done. It's easy to say it. Yeah, it's easy to say it. Right, the conditions keep going in and out of being pea soup to really thick pea soup. So we're going to head off to the little copse of woods just around the corner here. Just see if we can get a shot in there. Hopefully the mist has penetrated the woods. I have shot there before. Again, I'll put another image up now. I'm not too hopeful because it don't tend to creep in there, but I don't think we're in any risk of losing or missing any opportunities here, because it's so fleeting in and out. Yeah, so I think it'd be a wise move to just move on, and then we can always walk back this way anyway. So we might be able to grab something with a long lens then. Right, let's get moving on.
Yeah, the size of the camera. I'm surprised.
No.
Is it worth upgrading, or I'll probably stick with this for the time being?
Well, I don't know where. I think when I was here, I got down quite low, and I shot I used that tree to hide all the sky.
Yeah.
So I used that tree as a frame pretty much, and just shot through.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are the trees that I was talking about, and I have shot before. So you know exactly what I mean. But as you can see, they're very hard to frame. Whichever way you go, there's something that catches your eye or something that distracts the eye. So it's a challenge. And obviously, when I was here last, there was a little bit of mist kicking about, but as expected, it hasn't. I don't think it can penetrate all this, can it?
No,
I don't know whether more when we go in deeper into winter,
yeah,
when it's a bit barer, maybe it might.
yeah,
Maybe, I don't know. So
a bit of frost might help as well.
So I don't know whether you're going to take a shot or have a go at it.
I'll have a go.
There's no rush. We've got plenty of. Well, I've got plenty of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I just thought I'd bring you back here and just show you, and show Steve because you've never been here before.
No, not to this bit.
No,
So
but it's definitely one to come back to.
Yeah. That's just.
It's just a really abnormal looking scene, isn't it? I think if you took this in a real misty, you could be stood next to Adam Gibbs shooting some old woods in Canada, couldn't you?
Oh, definitely.
It's got that look about it.
Or up with Mr. Baxter.
Yeah, or Mr. Baxter. That's who you want, actually. You want him here.
Yeah.
He would say, no, you don't want to be doing that. You want to be doing this.
Well, you and me.
Yeah.
Here, Meg.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're going to have a little mess around here, and then on the way back to the car, I'll have another go with a long lens, but this vlog's a bit of a mixed match, I'm afraid.
My vlog's all over.
Yeah.
Try not to rip off somebody else's picture. Trying to come up with something a little bit.
Just thought I'd bring you around here and just show you exactly how difficult these trees are to shoot. You can see the limbs here, which we were looking at from the opposite way. And as nice as they are from this side, you've got these horrendous highlights. And if you know me and you follow my work, you know that I hate seeing sky. Well, I don't hate it. I try and eliminate sky from any of my woodland scenes. I like a nice flat ambient scene, and unless you've got patches like this down here, which create a bit of interest in the foregrounds or highlights in your scene, but they're more ambient, softer highlights. And that's the hardest thing about something like this. Not only have you got to try and find a composition where these awkward, interesting shapes fit with each other, you've got to try and eliminate any distractions, and it is a case sometimes in scenes like this that are quite complicated. Less is more, in my opinion. Hence the reason why in this shot I used the tree as a frame, which blocked all of this, all the distractions above and around, and then I got down nice and low so you could look up but not low enough that you could see up past and introduce more sky. The downside to that was I introduced loads of foreground, and the mud is pretty blah and boring unless you've got light like this to maybe pick up a boring section of your image. It is a difficult one to do. So. Right, so this is turning into a real manic shoot. Although I talked earlier about finding compositions and then finding several, and then when something happens over here or over there, you've got a rough idea where you're going to point your camera. That's all gone out the window. Because it does happen so fast. Not only have you got the light fleeting in across the fields, which looks amazing, you've got the fog and the mist. And if you can get the two to work together, then you're on for a winner. But there are little things, like I said, the little tree I picked out. There's a selection of trees down here which look good with a little bit of free space past them. So again, the fog, you need the fog to be visible, able so you can see them trees in the midground. If you don't see them trees in the midground, it just looks like a muddy shot. So yeah, it's tricky, but I'm shooting at around, if I can find out my settings, I am right out at like 0.003 of a second, f7.1, shooting at around 100 to 320 ISO depending. I want that shutter speed really fast because I have got the teleconverter on and I'm shooting like 140 upwards, so any tiny little minimal camera shake will cause a soft image. So yeah, if you are using a telephoto lens or a teleconverter, even more so, you want to be getting them shutter speeds up nice and high even on a calm day like today, because believe it or not, tiny little movement in here is miles out there. So yeah, fast shutter speeds. Right, I think what I'm going to do is sign out the vlog. It's absolute manic. I can't film myself and take pictures. But like I said, you have seen. I've told you my my settings as such. I'm back down to ISO 100 at around a 500th of a second now, because I want to keep the ISO down low. 500th of a second is plenty. But most of my shots are around like between 150 to 400 mil with the teleconverter on. I have taken probably 5 or 6, but there probably only 1 or 2 keepers. So I do apologise for that. But this is something that I haven't done a lot of. I've spent a lot of time in the woods after the first lockdown. So yeah, this is something that, other than a little bit of wildlife I've dabbed in, I haven't really used the long lens or the teleconverter. And it's like the wide angle lens, it's an art to it. So yeah, it's exciting. It's a completely different style of landscape photography, especially obviously a lot of it's handheld. I think with this particular light we've got and the mist that we've got today, if it was at low level mist before, like where the sun is really soft and really low in the sky, then you can afford to use a tripod, set your composition and shoot in different changes of lighting conditions. With the sun being so high now, it's quite late in the morning, well, late for a landscape photographer anyway, so it's beating down, which is causing added problems. But like I said a minute ago, if you catch the two together, the mist and the light, then you are on for a winner. The sacrifice of that is slightly frustrating, but never mind. Right, I'm Photoninja, this is Martin Hill, and I hope you like my shots previously from the little woods, the little copse, and hopefully I'll have something here to show you using the long lens. But yeah, I'm still here with Stephen Musgrove, so don't forget to check him out on YouTube. Again, I'll put links to his stuff. He's a really nice bloke. Considering this is the first time I've met him, and this was completely spontaneous. It was just by luck. He happened to be going to the same spot as me. We never spoke prior. Yeah, so it's just a nice surprise. Yeah, what a nice bloke. And head over there if you get 5 minutes, which I'm sure you will, because we're now in lockdown number 2. But anyway, right, I'm gonna go and get some breakfast, and I'll see you next week. Ciao.